Hello. You are listening to the Milken Mid-Atlantic series, Bringing Joy. Bringing Joy focuses on sharing and celebrating joy in the education profession, whether it is to celebrate students, educator lesson and project ideas, elevating teacher voices, or feeling activated through inspirational stories. This series has something for everyone. My name is Jayda Pugliese, and I received a Milken Educator Award in Pennsylvania in 2016. At the time of my award, I was a math and science teacher within the school district of Philadelphia. And currently, I am a kindergarten through 8th grade principal at St. Mary Interparochial School within the Archdiocese of Philadelphia. Today, I will be sharing a wonderful story about a project that has brought so much joy to my students and how you can bring this project to your school. I love teaching. Specifically, I love the relationships you build with students when you are in the classroom. It brings me so much joy as an educator to see students excited about learning. And when I decided to become a principal, I knew I needed to find a way to stay connected with the students. Luckily, I was able to structure my schedule where I have the capacity to teach one 7th grade elective, only 45 minutes. And the elective is the Unsung Hero Project. During this elective, I have my students work in small groups and use their creative talents to research and develop outstanding projects that feature unsung heroes. And these unsung heroes can serve as role models and can inspire students and the community that change can happen. The remarkable stories of unsung heroes go untold until our students can tell them. And here's just one example of the power of this incredible project. One group of students in my 7th grade class were very interested in researching individuals who made an impact during the tragic events that occurred on September 11, 2001 in New York City. And they were reading news articles and they came across an individual, a Marine named Jason Thomas, who had saved dozens of individuals, including the lives of 2 police officers from the rubble of the World Trade Center. But there was not a lot of information on him or the events surrounding his story. And this group of students were instantly intrigued and wanted to make Jason Thomas their unsung hero research project. And so after some research, the students were excited to share with me that they had believed that they had found him still alive and wanted to reach out to him for an interview. The students shared that they thought that he now worked for the Ohio Supreme Court and asked if they could call the Supreme Court to see if this is the Jason Thomas that they had been researching. I told them that it may not be that easy, that they are welcome to call the Supreme Court. It was worth a try, but I didn't think that it could work, to be honest. However, the students got their cell phones, they stepped out into the hallway, and they researched the number to make the phone call. And in less than 2 minutes, they were talking to their unsung hero. About 20 minutes later, the students came back in my classroom crying. And they said, "We found him, Miss Pugliese. We found him. This is him." They were jumping up and down and their tears were coming from their eyes. And in my 15 years in education, I've never heard that level of excitement and joy come from students over a project. And following their conversations, they called their own families, their mom, their dad, to tell them they got in contact with their unsung hero and that they had set up an interview with him for next week. The next week, they interviewed Jason Thomas, and he talked with my students in this group for over 2 hours. Jason Thomas shared that he had just retired from the Marines in the end of August in 2001, and that he was dropping off his infant daughter at his mother's house in Long Island the morning of the terrorist attacks. That he drove from Long Island to Manhattan to help out the rescue mission any way possible. How he saved dozens of individuals, and more specifically, a special rescue mission for 2 police officers. And how, when he was tired and could no longer help, that he got in his car and drove home, got a shower, went to bed, and never told anyone, even his wife, not even his family, how he saved dozens of people on September 11th. And how the events surrounding 9/11 eventually led him to enter the Air Force, where he now currently serves, along while supporting the Ohio Supreme Court. Impactful is not even the word to use from this interview. A lot of tears were shed, laughs were shared, and my students' lives changed forever in a way that I can never explain. And since this interview, the students have been working hard on creating a documentary of Jason Thomas about his life and his impact on so many individuals. And when this group is finished their project, they will be submitting it to the Discovery Award. The Discovery Award is a program through the Lowell Milken Center for Unsung Heroes. This competition is for students in grades 4 through 12, and an individual student or group of students may submit a documentary, performance, or a website of an unsung hero, and there is up to $14,000 in prizes for students who have the most outstanding project. As someone, meaning an educator, who's doing the project for the first time, both as a teacher and an administrator, I can tell you this project is so impactful and worth the time. You never know who your students will uncover through an Unsung Hero project. My class are going to have some incredible submissions this year for the Discovery Award. So if you're interested in learning more about how to bring this project to your classroom, go to the lowellmilkencenter.com or search for the Lowell Milken Center for Unsung Heroes and click competitions. There are lesson plans and project-based learning guides to help get you started. You're always welcome to reach out to the Lowell Milken Center for Unsung Hero Museum in Fort Scott, Kansas for support. I know some of my students call the museum at least once a week. I hope that you or another educator you know are able to bring this absolutely incredible project to your classroom. And I hope this story has brought you much joy. Thank you.